Marcus brought us popcorn and he started eating it.
No.
And I just had to remove 10 minutes of the podcast from munching on popcorn. I'm like, dude, I am not going to try to edit this out. Like, this is insane. You know?
Just mute his mic.
So, okay, guys, welcome out. We are going to start doing the Pickleball Summit. And this is our first time doing this. As you can see, me and Marcus doesn't know how to use a computer. And so he's in my house with me again. And so, anyway.
It's okay, Marcus.
Lighting is not good on our side. These guys are making us look like chumps with that. So I guess we should both work on our technology.
I should have stayed home. Look at how I should have just stayed home and rolled the dice on my own. So.
Seriously. And then, anyway, and then we got Braden from Pickleball Effect, and we've got John Q from the John Q the Q podcast. And so we're excited to have you guys on here, and we're fans of yours. I was saying this, and we haven't released this other podcast yet, but like I was saying this, it's weird being around you guys and like seeing you, because I'm a fanboy and I've been listening to you guys for as long as you've been around for. And anyway, but you guys bring so much value to the community.
I fanboy out when we get around Braden every time I see him.
He does. He comes up to me. He
fumbling with my paddles.
It's hard not to, because Braden, according to Victoria from pickleball.com, is the best dressed influencer. Yeah. He doesn't listen to our podcast, or he would know this, but
I didn't listen to that one.
So we put a picture up of Aizec and Braden, because Aizec was teasing him, saying that he doesn't dress good. And so we went through their Instagram accounts with Victoria, and she analyzed them, and
yes, I'm so glad we got some external validation there. I had been giving Aizec beef for that for years.
Yeah, and Aizec got some good quads on him. I mean, I'll say that we had a quad off at Worlds with Lewis and Aizec, so that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, he'll win that. He can do some ridiculous stuff. He looks little like me, but he can lift anything. He's pretty impressive.
It's that Olsen genetics all in the glutes, man. They've got some crazy glutes in the Olsen clan.
All in the glutes. Chris and Chris just took the #1 spot on our PPA pick'em, which is so stupid.
Can you
Especially
believe it?
He says he takes 10 minutes to make
all those picks. He just goes in as fast as he can, go through them.
He jumped ahead of Aizec?
Yes, he jumped ahead of
those
Aizec.
Together. Okay, wow.
Aizec took 16th place.
Wait, did I beat Aizec?
What?
That would be remarkable. That would be remarkable if I did.
Because he was in the lead.
Like trash, and we're coming for that trophy. It's right here, and I don't want to give it away. So that was perfect, man.
I think we should push it to next time, right? Last time I was so bummed, my phone didn't. I had to switch out my phone because my account got canceled, so I didn't get a chance to vote on the last one. So I was doing pretty well up until Worlds, and then I went next to last.
Well, you're still beating me.
Just above Braden.
That's not saying much, though.
Yeah, Pickleball Effect. We're going to work on this next time. We're going to change a couple things around. Every team's going to have 3, but I think it will be pretty good. So anyway, the main purpose of this podcast, and we're going to call it the monthly Paddle Summit.
Yep. Sounds official.
Yeah, we're going to have a logo made and everything, maybe some T-shirts. So John will wear some of our T-shirts on there instead of, Justin's. I guess
I'm repping Justin. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. But, for us, as I've started testing paddles, there's always a baseline paddle that I am testing against, and that it kind of keeps changing, but it's always one I go back to, and I feel so comfortable with it. But I want to know the equipment that you guys are using, and then we'll run over some of the equipment we're using. And I want to go back and forth to see, because I have a feeling that everybody's using kind of the same paddle, but what are you judging that against? And so as you guys have your bags, and what we'll do is let's have Braden go first. Braden, why don't you run through? I want to know the bag that you use. I want to know the shoes that you use. And I want to know, do you wear the shoes to the court, or do you bring them and then change into them? And then I want to know the paddle and the ball that you use. So those are the 4 things I want to go over. And then we'll kind of change it up after we kind of run through that.
Sure. Okay. So bag ADV Flex. This is the new one from them. It's a smaller one, but a really clever design where you can put the shoes on the front with this like little flap that comes out and around it. so that you don't have this massive bag that where your shoes take up a ton of space. I've been digging it, and I've kind of found that I'm liking the smaller bag style. It's a little bit smaller, more compact. Been liking that one a lot. Used to be, I was like a forward court caddy guy for a long time, and still like that one. But recently switched to the ADV Flex, and then the shoes. Is that what we said next?
Yeah.
So shoes, I've been getting into shoes recently. This is kind of a new thing that I've been liking a lot. I've got a handful of new pairs in the last like month or so. I've been testing out. One of my favorites are these New Balance. These are the CT Rally 2s, and they're just working for me. They got good grip, really cushy in the hill, easy to stop. But then they have like this little lateral wall, is what it's called, on like the outside edge that gives you like really nice containment in the shoes. So you're really stable. The side to side stuff's really strong. Really liking those. Another pair I'm a big fan of are like the Adidas Barricade 13s. Those ones and the New Balance both have 6-month warranties, which is a big deal to me. And then I still love the Jet Mach 2 or Jet Mach 3s from Babolat. Those things they're like a minimalist, lightweight shoe, more of like a performance oriented. You wear through them quicker, but when you want like when I'm playing in terms of stuff, I'm going to play in those. But those are kind of my 3 favorites right now. I don't know if I have one that's like, if I had to say like one's my favorite, it'd probably be those New Balance. Those are sweet.
Now, do you wear those to the court when you play?
Oh, okay. This is how you know if someone's a legit pickleballer or not. Of course I do not. They're in the bag. Anyone who wears their shoes to the court, I'm judging them.
Oh boy.
Okay, so what's your? Let me know when you go and play pickleball, reg play. You know, both of us are like, when you go, what's your warm up like before you play?
It depends if I get there on time or not.
Yeah.
If
so you will get there and not do a warm up, and you'll just like go in if you're late.
Yeah, you just go in there, start playing, right? If I get there a few minutes early, I'll stretch, loosen up, get a few hits in. Nothing extravagant.
Okay.
What
Pretty
shoes
chill
do you
there.
wear? What do you wear to the court?
Yeah.
Furry Birkenstocks? Is that what we're gonna go with, or what are we wearing?
My wife's a Birkenstock fan. I got some furry slippers that I do wear during the winter, or I got my dad shoes, my 648s from New Balance. If you're a dad and you're not wearing those around, there's something wrong there too. Like you got to
but you're the best
that.
dressed, so like those are in fashion right now. And my dad, he didn't even have to get off the train. He just rolled that fashion train right through. He's been wearing those for years.
Hot to it. Yeah, you put those on, put on some high top tube white socks, and you're good. You're good to go.
I love it.
I wear those ones as kind of a joke, but I've been wearing them so much now, it's kind of become a part of my identity somewhat. So I've stuck with it.
That's awesome.
Socks. What brand of socks do you use, Braden? To play
Odd socks are the ones I usually go with. They're like a less expensive kind of just cotton cushion. You got socks you go to, John? Not everyone's got like go-to socks.
Oh, I got go-to socks.
Okay,
I'm gonna cover that right now or in my section. Okay, yeah, add it to my list.
Okay. Wait, you don't wear your pickleball shoes to the court, but you don't have a specific sock you wear?
Well, I do have socks. They're the odd socks. They're just like their basic athletic cushion socks is what they're called.
Okay.
But they're not like
big
fancy
time.
ones. They're not like they're not like Thorlos or something like that. I don't have any like compression socks.
There's nothing worse than waiting to play pickleball and the guy that's the fourth shows up without his shoes on. And you have to sit and watch that guy put his shoes on.
You're making an argument for those that bring him.
Yeah, man.
That's so funny. Okay, and then what's the paddle? What's your baseline paddle? When you're testing all these hundreds of paddles that people send you, which we don't get sent a lot of paddles, so this is one of the big reasons why we're pushing this podcast. But what's your baseline? What do you compare everything to?
Yeah, so I don't have like one paddle that I just compare everything to. It usually depends on the paddle I'm testing. Usually there's going to be like a collection, whether it's like the build style, like if I'm testing the Bread and Butter Loco, I'm going to go find others that have similar builds. You're going to do the rhombus, you're going to do the boomsticks. I'll find kind of like similar paddles and we'll compare it directly to that. Or if there's not anything that's the same, maybe build, then I'll just find similar like firepower, just paddles that are kind of in its realm to get a comparison to. I don't always compare directly to the baseline. But like, and I also have, John, I'm sure you can speak to this too. Like, we've hit so many paddles. We kind of have a bank of where things fall and sit, and you can all rely on that and call upon, you know, the history of different paddles you think that might be relevant when I'm comparing it. Whenever I'm doing like a full review on a paddle, there's always like, I'll run my numbers on it. I'll do some play testing with it. Then there's always a comparison day. Well, I'll go do some drills and hit it between, you know, 3-4 different paddles. But it's not so much one paddle that I'm going to compare everything to.
Okay. And if you're playing in a tournament tomorrow, what paddle are you using tomorrow?
Dude, right now, so I was loving the Gearbox GX2 Power for a lot of months, and I'm recently going to start calling the Vatic Pro Vsole Pro, the Bloom, as my go-to, as my main. The thing is just super, super steady, dude. I'm a wide body guy. I like the wide body, and like it gives me the forgiveness that I want. I still have some speed. It's light enough where I can tune it and get it to the space that I want, but it's just enough firepower that I could be offensive, but it's not over the top where I have to be like overly delicate or precise when I'm speeding it up and trying to find locations. And it works for me, and that's one I've been digging lately.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Okay, let's head over to John and let's go through those same questions with you.
What ball?
Oh yeah, what ball?
Yeah, what ball, Braden?
Okay, so this area is in love with the Selkirk S1s. I live in Selkirk world land here, but
Great ball.
I'm not as big of a fan of it as I am the Lifetime. Like ever since the Lifetimes come out, I just like become addicted to its more consistent bounce. And you don't realize how often pretty much any other faster ball just gets wonky bounces on serves, especially if you're playing like somebody who can just rip a serve. You're going to get 2 or 3 points a game where like they just, like, you get a weird bounce and they score on you for no good reason. And so I love the consistent bounce of the Lifetime, which is what I like about it more than anything else.
Okay, so the only thing I really heard there is how crazy Aizec is. Aizec saying that he hates the Lifetime ball is one of the craziest takes. And he said, "Oh, every time I talk to someone, I convince them." And I'm like, "No, you don't.
You know,
you don't."
He took that take early, and part of me thinks he just doesn't want to retract it.
We asked him in Dallas. We put him on the spot, and it seemed painful that he had to stick with that opinion. I think you're right.
Yeah, I agree.
He you know, Aizec, he doesn't like being wrong, and so if you find something that you could battle him with, for example, the clothes. We've had this clothes battles for a long time. He's got great legs, and I'll give it to him, but he shouldn't be wearing 4-inch inseams that are hugging those things, you know?
Yeah. I agree. Okay, awesome. Okay, let's head over to John.
All right, what are we starting with? Bags? Is that what we started with?
Yeah, let's start with bags.
Okay, so I recently switched to, I wanted to test it out because Ethos sent me a bag they collaborated on with Duravo, which is like a high-end luggage. And I was using the kitchen court caddy for years as my kind of carry-on for flights, as well as my daily driver to rec play. But this one I wanted to try out because it's similar dimensions. So it's a smaller bag. It's actually a little bit smaller capacity than the court caddy. But it's got some cool features. It's got kind of this, it looks like a twill carbon fiber frame, basically. It's kind of this hard material.
Kind of luggagey.
Yeah, kind of luggagey. Very much not pickleball themed. In fact, if you go onto Duravo's website, they sell this bag exactly without the carabiner clip on it. So it's not originally made for pickleball, but it does actually work for pickleball. It's got the sleeves in here. We can put 3 or 4 paddles. But what I like about it over the court caddy, and I still love the court caddy, don't get me wrong, but it's got a ton of organizational pockets in it. So you can see that's one thing the court caddy really lacks. It's kind of got one big pocket for paddles, and it's got a front pocket that's pretty small, and another couple of pockets here and there, but not like the nested mesh pockets inside. So there's a ton of organization in here. And if you're traveling, and you want a carry-on that you can also double as a pickleball bag, or take it to work and not like obviously look like you're playing pickleball on your lunch break, then this would be a good bag. So props to Ethos for figuring out that this Duravo bag actually works and then collaborating with them. You can get them cheaper on the Ethos website than you can with Duravo, and you can use codes and stuff to get discounts. So I was actually duly impressed. I used this at Worlds. I don't know if I'm going to main it, but I definitely want to try out some of the ADV bags. I tried the original huge ADV, tour bag and way back when Pickleball Will was collaborating with them, but I haven't tried their new backpack. And what was that one you're maining, Braden?
The Flex.
The Flex, yeah.
That Flex made me jealous because
Yeah.
that's what Justin was using, and I love Forward. That they're a local company to us. We know them very well. They sponsor our podcast. But when like for traveling and having a place for your laptop that's really protected for your laptop and all those little pockets that you were talking about for that bag, like that's a big deal when you're traveling. So I kind of grouped everything. I had like other bags that I brought that I like carried all my electronics in, and I put that in there and all the different things. So I definitely understand why you went with that bag.
For those listening, it used to be called Kitchen, and they had to change their name to Forward. So it's FOR WD. There's some vowels missing.
Yeah,
right?
they skipped something.
Forward.
Yeah, FORWRD.
Yep.
That's right. Okay. So yeah.
How big of a deal? Like, I love on some of these bags they have the exterior paddle holder. How much do you guys care about that? Locally, I think it matters more than when you're traveling distance, obviously. But is that something you guys care about? Because it's like the first thing I look at in a bag for some reason.
Yeah,
I
the
love
little
that
paddle
front
sleeves in the
pocket.
front.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love those things. The Flex has one. You can add it to the Court Caddy. The Forward Ranger has it.
Yeah.
Those are
That's
sweet.
one drawback. One drawback to this bag is I don't think there's an attachment where you can just slide your paddle in the front. The kangaroo pocket. That's where I like to keep my main paddle, so I don't have to up the top. First world problems. But
Yeah, there you go.
but it's a good bag. But a ton of bags I have out. I did a bag roundup on the podcast, and I was just surprised at how many really good bags are out there. Now this one's like $200 and something, $250, I think, with code. So it's not cheap. There are some that, like that 6-0 smaller bag. I forget the name of it, but it's like a traditional backpack. It's just kind of roomy inside. It's got some good organization. That's $120, I think, and it's a really good offering. Really solidly made. And there are several others that you can get around that $100 mark that are quality for sure.
John, did you get that the new $100 Deionic bag that's coming out?
Yeah, that's sitting out here. I was actually debating on taking that to Worlds.
Yeah, I was impressed with that one. I feel like in that $100 range, I think that one could make a little splash.
Yeah,
Is that what
for
that's
sure.
going for?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really cheap.
Wow, because that's what Chris Olsen had. I'm pretty sure that's what Chris Olsen had at Worlds. And
That's what he was
for
using.
$100. That's a great
Good
deal.
offer. Yeah.
The Franklin bag looks good too.
Yeah, the tour bag is huge, and if you like the big tour bags, that's a great option.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
sturdy too. Like I feel like the 6-0 one's massive, their tour bag, but the Franklin's a little sturdier.
I like the new Holbrook one that we saw at Worlds too. That's like it's going for $79, and it's like more of a traditional style. It's kind of like the Court Caddy, but a little bit sleeker. For $79, that thing's going to be, at least out here, right? Holbrook being a Utah-based company, you're going to see that bag everywhere, and it's super, super nice, high quality too. So I'm excited for that one.
Nice.
Yeah, and then Stack is coming out with a bag that I saw too, and I think they've made it a really cool looking bag as well. And I haven't seen the inside of it yet, but that's going to go on for sale before Black Friday. So that's another bag that's kind of got that. It's a better material on the outside, like the Franklin and these other bags.
Yeah.
So anyway, okay,
Yeah,
John, let's talk
everybody's
about your shoes.
Cool. Everybody's making great bags and great shoes now. So I had a shoe crisis before I left for Worlds. Most of the time I'm like, I don't know what my main paddle is. But this time I was like, I don't know what shoes to wear because so many brands have been coming out with really good offerings for shoes. So I've been using the Selkirk Court Strike for a good while. After they updated the outsoles to make them a little more durable and gave everybody the 6-month outsole warranty. I've been using those, and actually you prefer the cheaper ones. No, not the pros, but just the Court Strike regulars that are $100, right? They're just a little more comfortable.
A little more flexible on top.
Yeah. Something about them appealed to me, and that's what I've been using. And Franklin came out with their shoes, and before the Selkirks, I've been maining the Babolat Jet Machs. So I took all 3 pairs of shoes with me to Dallas, and
I know you did it.
I did. So I used on the day of the competition, I actually wore the older Selkirk court strikes because the others weren't broken in as much. But
Okay, dude,
honestly,
it's game time. You're in Dallas. You have 3 shoes in front of you.
uh
How can you make the decision then versus before?
it was just I'm a procrastinator, Braden. I have to wait until the last minute. But yeah, at that point, it was just like right. It was just like which one am I most comfortable with? I know the Selkirk's the best, so that's what I used.
Okay, and then are you wearing those shoes to the courts when you go and play?
Not usually. When I'm going to rec, I typically have like a pair of comfy shoes with comfy insoles. That's the main thing. Like you have to have really nice, cushy insoles for your non-court shoes, even if they are court shoes, but not because you can't play in those kind of insoles because your feet slide around, right? So usually I'm wearing like a new pair of Babolat Jet Machs with the really cushy, foamy insoles as my comfort shoes, and then I switch out my shoes. But at Worlds, I don't know if other people know this. Maybe I'm giving away a secret, but instead of taking the shuttle, I park at a public library, which is half a mile away, and I walk in through that neighborhood through the back, right? So this bag is so small it doesn't carry an extra pair of shoes, and I didn't feel like draping shoes over my backpack. So what I did was just carry 2 insoles. So my comfy insoles, I would walk into the venue with those, and I'd switch those out from my performance insoles. The Blue Mach is what I recently switched to for the performance.
Wait, John,
insoles.
I need to make sure I understand this correctly. So you do wear your Babalots to the court, like but then you switch out the insoles when you get there.
Only at a tournament where I don't feel like taking 2 pairs of shoes with me.
Okay,
When I go to the rec play and around town, I'm bringing 2 pairs of shoes.
Okay,
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I'm gonna buy you some slides. I'm gonna buy you some nice, comfortable slides, and
Save the hassle.
send them over to
The,
your
is,
house.
the issue is, I have some UFOs, but the issue is you don't want to be like stumbling half a mile in a pair of UFO slides
Yeah.
to walk
But
to
I'm
the
like
court.
OCD. When I put
really
insoles in, I'm like OCD getting them lined up like all
Yeah.
straight. And my toes always all weird, so I have to redo it 100 times. Like I'm shocked that you can just like switch them in and out no problem and go play right away like that.
Yeah. It works. It works for me.
John's the man.
He is,
I
man.
mean, this man takes care of his body the right way. He's got me
I
spending
don't know
money
about
on
that.
red light therapy, and
Hey, I still use that Kenny on red light. I don't know if it works for you, but it definitely does for me. Every night it's on my knee, my right knee.
oh, are you serious? Yeah, I use it on my tennis elbow after swinging that loco, that elongated loco.
elongated?
I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
it's coming back. So, okay, John,
right.
let's hear about your paddle.
Paddles. So at Worlds, it's no secret I use the Luz Inferno as my main. But my main for months now has been that Gearbox GX2 Power hybrid. Same as Braden, yeah, and that's the paddle when I go out to rec play or when I'm testing paddles with my friends. The first one I start with to kind of calibrate myself is that Gearbox GX2 Power because I know it so well. It performs the same every time for me, and then I'm comparing other paddles to that. I also have like control paddles that I use when we go out with the radar gun to get spin and power and pop. I always have 2 control paddles for each session because the temperature is different and my arm is different that day. So what I do is I take the Gearbox GX2 Power or something in the lower power range, around the Honolulu J2NF range, and then something at the high end of the power range as well. And I hit those 2 and I get a bracket, and then everything else should kind of fall. Typically most paddles fall in between those these days. Sometimes you get something just below the low end power, but those are my control paddles. So like a Gearbox GX2 Power or a Honolulu J2NF, and then a Selkirk Boomstick, on the high end, something like that.
Yeah, and we have this take with the Selkirk Boomstick. I don't think it hits as powerful as people keep saying it does. I think it's on the low end of power.
I wonder if there's some variability paddle to paddle, because the ones I have all been pretty top tier power.
I think it's so loud that I used this analogy before, and Jason Aspis, we talked to him about this. He says the same thing, but I think it's like driving a Ferrari, right? You're low to the ground, it's a rough ride, and it's loud as can be. So you think you're going fast, but I can hop in a Model Y and probably beat it from 0 to 60. So I think that when you hit that paddle and it sounds so loud, yeah. So there probably is variance. You're 100% right on that. Here's another question I have. Have you guys had an edgeguard come off on those?
Yeah. I warranted one.
I haven't. I don't know anybody that has.
Ours hasn't yet, but
we all paid for ours. So I don't know if we got like a later thing where they'd fix that,
Maybe.
But
Braden, it happened to you too, Braden?
When they came out. Or
yeah, I've seen it. And there's those are like crazy popular in my area. And it doesn't happen to everyone. Those that like are just uber aggressive, driving everything, swinging out of their shoes, it tends to happen to more often.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It happened on my elongated. They originally sent me the elongated and wide body, and it came out from my elongated. Hey, what's going on my screen here? I got
some... the balloons going there.
That was awesome. But and I contacted them. I'm like, hey, do you want me to? It was Dakota at Selkirk. I'm like, do you want me to send this back to you or just go through the warranty system? She's like, yeah, just go through the normal warranty system. So they didn't know it was me, and I just did the warranty system, and it kudos to Selkirk for a fantastic customer service, because it took me maybe 5 minutes to fill out that form. I snapped a photo of the issue. They sent me an email the next day, like, yep, we're sending you a new one. You can send the old one back when you get the new one. Had a brand new paddle in, 3 or 4 days after the warranty claim. So they really do back up their warranties with good customer service. So I mean, it's an issue.
I think they're amazing with that. I like working with the Barnes guys is when I did. They're just good people, and I think they represent like a really high quality paddle. That's why when I hear people saying that, like, I don't know. I guess we just haven't seen it down here. And there's a lot of people. I would say probably 10% of all the players are using a boomstick.
Now they are.
Yeah.
And people always ask, like, oh, should I buy a boomstick? And it's expensive, but like, I feel very confident saying yes, right? Like, it's a good paddle. It's got control. And then the warranty on it. Yeah, working with Selkirk. So it's kind of a no-brainer recommendation when people do ask about it. So,
yeah. Okay. What's your favorite ball, John?
Lifetime ball. Now, here in Colorado, I should say, qualify that with a broken end lifetime ball, because the brand new lifetime ball here in Colorado is just wild. Like, the elevation, thin air here, the ball just travels faster. So it's really, really hard to play, especially outdoors with the brand new lifetime ball. But after about 4 games or so, it settles in, loses some of that, that pop, and yeah, you can't get a truer bounce than a lifetime. The most popular ball here, especially because of the altitude, is the Franklin X40 still. So it takes a lot of, finagling to get the lifetime ball in rotation and open play or with groups, for rec play. But more and more, you're seeing more people embrace it and adopt it, especially since it's the PPA ball now. So if you're going to compete
it's
at the PPA,
tough to get people to switch balls. Like I've been sneaking in lifetimes into groups. Like, you go to warm up, you'll do, 2 people on 2 sides, and I'll just go grab my ball first, and I don't tell them what it is, and I just start hitting with it, try to get it to be the main ball without telling them. And because people get like, they get stuck on their ball and they like it, and it's tough to switch. So I'm trying to be sneaky, but it's not working.
Yeah, totally agree. Like, people are so irrational, I feel like, about balls. Like, they're like, if it's not Franklin X40, it's garbage, or if it's not the Vulcan, it's garbage, or whatever their favorite ball is. Yeah,
there's some affinity towards balls, like more so than paddles. Like, people get real hooked on those.
Yeah,
it's so
really weird.
Angry.
It's way different here in Utah. Everyone's trying to steal those freaking things from us, so we're losing those.
Yeah,
we lose those all the time. Like, I bought a box of 300, and I've at least gone through 50.
Yeah, we had to start giving them to people to convince them to try to use them. So, like, that was the only way we got people to give up the X40s and the Vulcans. Like, here's one, and they last forever, right? So everyone's
Yeah.
got their initial on their one lifetime ball that we gave them. So every now and then one shows up with my initials and they lie and say it's their ball, but I don't care as long as they bring it and play with it. So
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's so funny. Well, we I love that ball. They've done an amazing job with that, and now they're really pushing on it. But okay, so I'll run over ours, and I'll go pretty quickly. So we use this bag, got the forward bag.
Ooh, a
I
PPA
love it.
sleeve too.
I got the green one, but when I travel, I've been taking the Ranger. I don't take the bigger one. I think my laptop fits better in this, and I'm only taking one paddle, because I'm trying to swindle people out to give me paddles when I'm at these tournaments or whatever, like, that kind of stuff. And then it's kind of interesting. I don't like the hooks. John. So I do that same thing. Like I have this little one that folds in here, and I just put it on like this.
Okay.
And I got some funny things. I got the lifetime balls in here. I got grips in here. I've got a speaker in here, and then I got a stand so I can PB vision all of my games. And then I kind of switched around. I went to the Loco. I had the J2 NF, and I was playing okay with that. Then I went to I started playing the Loco, and I've just been playing like trash. Now I'm only a 3-5 player. Let's be honest about this. I'm trying to get to 4-0. But then I switched back to the Boomstick, and I like the wide body better. I like the wide body better than and I don't like wide body paddles normally. I'm normally a hybrid or elongated, but that paddle's been great. I've had both the elongated and the wide body. I'm trying to get one without the weights on the side.
Ooh,
So
good luck. That's a tough task.
Mm-hmm.
I think I can do it. I think I got a couple
if anyone's got
connections.
some leverage.
We'll see. I'm just gonna send him a little screenshot of how much money I spent with Selkirk over the last 3 years, and might be able to pull something off. But yeah, I love that. And shoes I wear. That's probably gonna be the biggest difference with me and everybody else is the shoes that I wear. I wear a 361. Do you guys know that brand at all?
No.
So they're Joker in basketball. That's his shoes. He's with that 361 brand, and I use the Big 3 version 5, and they're basketball shoes, but they're low top basketball shoes, but they're extremely comfortable. They're like because I used to use those same New Balances that you have, Braden.
Oh, the rallies, yeah.
Yeah, and I love those, but these ones they grip better, and they have them on sale all the time for like $80.
Nice.
And so I'll pick those up. They don't last as long as like a tennis shoe, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. How long does the tread last for you?
I mean, I'm 225 pounds, and so I bet you they last for like, I'm trying to think, 100 hours of play. Yeah,
2 months or so. Like,
I mean, a lot.
Quite
Like
bad.
we've been playing a lot lately, but like
Most
those
shoes are
would
kind of
last me
around 2 to
forever.
4 months, so it's not like completely out of range or anything.
Yeah, it's not like I was told the basketball shoes are just going to tear apart, but these are so comfortable and they support your foot so good. The problem is when you get them, they're coming out of China, and I've had them get stuck in customs for a month and a half.
Oh, wow.
So you're not like getting them from a US, like they're not shipping them all to a location like a 3PL and then shipping them out. They're coming from their factory in China. And so it can take forever to get them. The fastest I've ever got it is about 3 weeks.
Wow, that's rough.
It's rough, but yeah. So I have 6 pairs of them because I love them so much, and so I've got all these different colors. And I rotate through shoes too. Like I don't like wearing my I don't know, my feet sweat a lot or whatever, but like I don't like wearing them back to back days because I sweat so much playing pickleball. And then I think you guys are nuts. That's another thing. I wear my shoes in. Like I'm tying my shoes at home. I walk 10 feet to get in my car. Then I drive, and then I walk 20 feet to get inside the pickler.
You're probably just slipping all over the place. You get rocks stuck in there. You're scratching the courts.
man, what are you walking from between your
rocks?
your
I'm not
house
going
and
on
the
a hike. We're all in the mountains, guys. Like
gravel. Like you walk on the road and there's little rocks. That's a thing.
Yeah.
Do you? Okay, you got me thinking about this now. So like, here's the other thing: I have to play in like an almost perfect situation. So I'm one of the guys like, if I go onto the court and someone's using not a lifetime ball, I just accidentally step on it. Oh, sorry,
That's what I need to
guys.
do. That's what I need
Bring
to
in
do.
a lifetime ball and like let's play pickleball. And then I have to play indoor. I have to have the right lighting. I love the pickler. No wind, no sun. My Scottish skin is horrible. Like I'm the one guy in Dallas last week in November putting on sunscreen every 2 hours because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna look like a tomato when I'm done with this. But yeah. So anyway, that's mine. And so
No, mine's really quick. It's lifetime ball or nothing else. I'm the guy that'll like throw a fit like a little baby. Like I'll insult people if they're trying to play with a Vulcan ball until they feel dumb enough they give in, right?
but the next Vulcan ball, like I've met with those guys. I'm excited for the next Vulcan ball because I think the Vulcan ball has the best color. It's the easiest to see. I think.
Yeah, that green, that like darkish green.
Yeah.
We do, although I do got to say, we do like these monthly identify as a 5-0 invitational tournaments, which by the way, you guys got to come out and play in one of these. A ton of bangers that we invite because it's good for social media.
Yeah.
We only use X40s for those tournaments because these guys are blasting balls everywhere. And we have teenage girls to 75-year-old grandmas out there playing. So one time a month, we'll bring some X40s for that tournament. So, but other than that, it's just lifetime for me. Bags, again, court caddy's my full-time bag when we're paddle testing. Brett's witnessed this. We'll bring like 6 paddles. I'll bring that bag. I'll hang it up, and people think it's just like a free-for-all. They'll just like rummage through my bag. So what I've had to do is when we're just playing and not paddle testing, then I use the forward sling bag and only bring the one paddle that I'm going to use. So that way I'm not like a used paddle store, you know.
He's not exaggerating. I have it too now because I'm friends with Marcus. People just come into our bags and they'll grab it while you're playing pickleball, not while you're sitting by your bag. It's really weird.
So when we're shooting video, it's the court caddy. When we're just there to play, it's just a sling bag with one paddle. And even on those mornings, like this morning I did that, and I probably had 8 people. Hey, can I use this? I'm like, sorry, I just have my one paddle today. So that's my bag situation. Shoes for me, I don't know.
Do you have rocks stuck in those? Hold them up, dude. Is there one rock stuck inside?
No, see, I don't walk over volcanoes on the way to the court.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised you're not wearing them right now.
Yeah, well,
I just wear them all day every year.
But I've had these for about a month. The Montes, I like them. They're super lightweight. I had a pair like 2 years ago, and they wore out really, really quick. The owner, I don't know, he sent me these probably 3 months ago, and he told me that they redid the outsole. So again, this is a month. I don't know if you can really see, but they're wearing out like pretty even. They've lasted a lot longer. I have to put insoles in all of my pickleball shoes, but only one time, not switching. So, and then as far as like, I'm also a creature of habit, so I can only play with one shoe, like until it wears out. And then if I go to a different brand, I can only wear that shoe until it wears out. So like Brett was saying with like the smell and the sweat, like here's the hack right here, okay? And if you don't know this hack, you're learning it right now.
Yeah,
a dryer sheet. So put a dryer sheet inside of your shoe as soon as you're done, and that sucker's dry within 20 minutes, and it smells great. So there you go, Brett.
Right.
So you don't have to switch shoes.
I'm
because
doing it.
they're.
I'm doing it.
Yep. And then paddles for me right now, no brainer. The J2 and F. It was the Pro 4, the Perseus for probably 5 months.
Yeah.
And I love that paddle. It's again, just don't have to think about it. I used this, probably started a month ago, and it's replaced as my main. I love this thing. Again, we test all these paddles. Some are good for a game or two, and I think I can play with them longer, and then something happens where I'm like, nope, I just need to go back to my J2 and F. So
Yeah.
Marcus, is that the long handle J2?
It's the long handle. Yep.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's a good paddle.
And ask him how many two-handed backhands he's ever done in his life.
How many two-handed backhands have you done, Marcus?
Well, I'm 100%, and the one time I did it, I yelled "Tui" as I was doing it.
He did.
So, yeah, so 100%, 1 for 1 on them. So
Okay.
Me-
Yeah, 100%
Me
accurate.
and Marcus are, well, it's kind of crazy. We won our first game together as a team today in rec play. So we're 1-76, but I happened to be with him when he tried that Tui, and It was not normal looking, but it was effective.
No, it felt.
They didn't know where the ball was going to go.
Neither did I. No, it was really rough. I think I have short arms. I think I just discovered I have short arms because I cannot do a two-y. But it was effective and it worked, but it was chaos.
Yeah, I mean, everybody they were in shock. You were in shock.
Was
I
it
in
a
shock.
speed up? Was it a dink? What was the shot?
I blacked out. I don't remember.
No, they popped it up, but it was coming up to his shoulder, and I'm pretty sure it was going out of bounds.
So this is like
remember,
this is like
you
a
hit a two-y and knocked
this is
it
an
straight down the middle.
Annalie.
Yeah,
is what we went for.
that's impressive.
Yeah,
It was the unconventional two-y put away.
yeah.
What's worse?
The two-y pancake.
That would have been better. No, that would have even been better than what I did. Like, I'm surprised I didn't throw my back out with whatever this was. But I yelled two-y and we won the point.
He yelled two-y as he hit it.
Yeah,
So was it the two-y or was it the yell that won it for you?
everything. It was
Everything.
I'm pretty sure that score was we lost 11-1, and that was the 1 point we got.
That's
But
awesome.
what makes it worse is, so like Connor Garnett's a Utah guy, right? So we've shot a lot of videos with him and we've played with him multiple times. And I'm always like, hey, what tip can you give me? He's like, well, you got to work on your two-y. I'm like, what's next? What's the next tip? Because that ain't
Maybe
gonna
the
work.
second
So,
best tip.
yeah, so I wish I had that one on video because I would have sent it to him and said it finally paid off. It worked. So
Yeah, I don't know.
but,
That's so funny.
yeah.
Well, okay. Last thing, Braden and John, what paddle are you guys most excited that's coming out in the next 2 months?
Next 2 months, they're enhance of all brands launched a paddle called the Duo. It's elongated. It comes out in a couple of weeks that I've been pretty big on, and they're gonna introduce some additional shapes December, January that I'm looking forward to because I really like the elongated, but I've always, for my personal preference, has been kind of hybrid wide bodies. So I'm excited about that one, and then the second one, I'm pretty interested in the Coral, which is going to be the next release from 6.0. The big black Ultra release that came out, like that paddle's really fun, but it is trickier to play. It just doesn't fit a lot of play styles because it's just kind of tough to manage, even though it feels fantastic and it can hit missiles. But as far as playing some of your best pickleball, I think their Coral is likely going to fit more people. And anyways, I'm interested to see what that one brings, as it's kind of meant to be a more approachable paddle. And I think some of their new tech they've introduced, like their Diamond Tuft, is pretty cool. And I want to see what that looks like on other paddles. What about you, John?
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't going to mention the Coral because I thought it was still under embargo. So
I think tech is. I think we can say the word Coral.
okay.
They can get.
I can beep it out.
Nah, leave it in there. Leave it. I've mentioned it before.
No, I'm glad you mentioned that because like I said, there are a couple of paddles that I want to talk about, but we can't yet because of embargoes. But if Coral is fair game, then yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. In terms of ones that are coming out soon that aren't under embargo, I want to give more time to this Apes. Jesus, not the
Charm.
Is it the Harmony? Charm. Yeah, the Apes Charm. That's some cool tech in there. It's their first full foam paddle, and the way they're doing their core is pretty cool. They're using incisions horizontally in the core, and the the EPP foam is actually molded instead of CNC cut, right? So it's some new stuff and plays nice. Did you get to hit it yet, Braden?
Yeah, no, I've been digging it. I think the incisions definitely bring some life out of it, which the core design with like the four corner like foam inserts kind of like that. I felt like that toned it down for the Harmony. So the incisions definitely bump it up. And I think it's nice. It's kind of, to me, it was like an all cordy-ish type, but then has access to power when you lay into it. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's right on the boundary of all court and power to me. But it feels nice. It gets plusher, and not as many vibrations, more dense feeling, not very hollow feeling. So, it ticks a lot of boxes that I think a lot of people are going to like. Might be a competitor to like the Honolulu J2NF at that same firepower level. Maybe just a little bit dialed down.
Yeah, I love that. For me, I'm excited for that Valair paddle that we hit out at Worlds. I think, Justin's got so much passion about that. He gets like me excited about it. I didn't want to play with Chris and Aizec because they make me nervous. And I was like, I'm going to play like trash here. And I'm in a competition with Chris. So I was like, I'm going to hit this twice, but I needed to go over to the other thing. But I'm excited about that. I like that Valair's kind of mixing it up by doing the Spider-Man and the SpongeBob SquarePants. I think that's kind of fun what they're doing with that. But I think that paddle they're coming out with is going to be legit. And then the next paddle that I'm really excited about is the thicker foam Forge and Bond paddle. So I was talking to the owners about that, and they're gonna try to release that in December, they said. And so I think that paddle is man, if they get that down, the quality build of those paddles, and I just really I'm a sucker when I meet the owners, and like we went down to their factory in Gunnison, Utah, and met with them, and they're just good people. And I actually played with the hybrid version of that today, and I liked it a lot more than the elongated, just because I had a bigger sweet spot. Their first version that they came out with. But anyway, so those are the two paddles that I'm excited about. And I mean, what Joola's got coming up and Holbrook with what they're going to be releasing, that's going to be early next year. I mean, it seems like every time Joola comes out with a paddle, it's like the baseline. Everybody goes, well, how does this hit compared to the Joola Pro 4? Like, how many times has that been said in podcasts?
Yeah.
So I just rattled off 4. Yeah. Anyway,
no, for me, the F&B, I'm excited about that one because I loved the aesthetics of the original one. I love the handle, and you know what everyone's always talked about. But so if you can go with a thicker core with a bigger sweet spot, I think that's going to be good. And then, the Holbrook, what they've got coming here soon, I think is going to be awesome. So I'm excited to hit that. So
yeah, yep.
Yeah. I was going to mention the Valair too, but I thought that was embargoed too. I'm really cautious with embargoes. But
we have been intimidated too many times.
I know.
Really?
No. We've
I
stepped
had
in
no
it too
idea
many
that was
times.
under embargo. I'm gonna have to bleep all this out.
But if you don't have to bleep it out, just reach out to Ryan and see if we can talk about it, or just mention it because it is a really nice paddle. I did some testing for them too, just in terms of pre-production models like PV Core stuff, and so I got to hit with a really early version. And I was like, ooh, this is nice. It's also a molded central core instead of cut, so and there's some cool stuff going on that I won't mention, but yeah, good stuff out of them.
I love it. And then I had one more question I wanted to run over. How do we have you take over, John, all paddle testing?
I don't want to. I don't want that kind of pressure. Then I'd be the bad guy.
Yeah,
I like my third party status. I like that third party status where I can just test things on my own and not have to take the heat for pros, getting banned, their paddles getting banned and all that. So
yeah,
well, we don't care about pros, just amateur level. That's what we need you to come into all of the picklers and be like, nope, can't use that one. So
I'll just wheel the cannon out to every every tournament.
Perfect. Yeah, you have no life now.
Which insoles would you wear for that project?
A third pair, a third set.
Third pair. There you go.
I love it. Okay, well, let's do a get to know you question. What's the last date you took your wife on, John?
So we went out right before I left for Worlds, and we went to a sushi restaurant.
Oh, nice. What kind of rolls do you get?
She's the sushi connoisseur. I like sushi too, but she loves to do the ordering. So I just hand it over to her. It's nice to delegate every now and then. I like them all. So mostly I like the salmon, and I don't know the names of them. So clearly she does the ordering for me.
I love it. Okay, Braden, what about you?
This is a weak spot in my life. My wife and I don't do one-on-one dates hardly ever. I think it's just part of it's a stage of life thing. I got 3 littles under 7, and then I live in Idaho. Her family's in Washington. My family's in Utah, so it's just kind of us. And I don't like giving my kids to people for babysitting. I'm pretty cautious there. Yeah. So we do family dates. The last family date we did was we went to a skating rink. They do those disco nights. We put on our quads. My wife has her own pair. She loves doing the dance skating around the rink, and I just do my best to stay on my feet and push a kid on a stroller.
Yeah, that's awesome. We ours was we are like the movie people. So we love to do dinner and a movie, and we go with like a bunch of people in our neighborhood. I live in like one of the coolest neighborhoods ever, and so it seems like we're always doing these group dates where I don't have to put in a ton of effort, which is really horrible on my side, but we just show up and get to go and do that stuff. But we actually did sushi, and then we went and saw I can't even remember what movie we saw, but it wasn't that great.
I was gonna say must have been good.
Oh, it was that Run one where the kids run.
Oh yeah, the
Gosh,
military
that
one.
was
Brutal.
so bad.
Brutal.
That
Yeah.
Stephen
It's
King
bad.
book, the first book he wrote, they did a don't see that
It's
show.
rough. If you want to get really depressed, go watch that movie.
Yeah.
No.
For me, it was Top Golf. My wife destroys me in real golf, so sometimes I can get her in Top Golf. So we went there, and
She was like a state champion though.
so she tells you she is, but she, so
Yeah, Top Golf's
stolen
great.
trophies.
You can
so-
shank it and still score points.
Yeah, exactly. So I can hit it off the net, and hopefully it bounces back. So it's always we do Top Golf together. Honestly, probably once a month. So
Oh, that's
That's
awesome.
Love it.
You know what's
How old are
crazy?
you?
Smart.
How old are your guys' kids? Oh, sorry. So, how old are your guys' kids?
I've got a son that's a senior, so he's 18. And
Okay.
I have a son that's 14 who's a freshman, and then my daughter is 11. She's in 5th grade.
All right.
7 and 9, boy, girl. Yeah.
Okay. So not that old. Yeah, mine are close to Marcus's. So I have 11, 15, and 17
Oh, nice.
in my household.
Really close.
And Braden's got the young ones, right?
Yeah, they're little.
I
Yeah.
remember those days. I sympathize with you, Braden, because
Yep.
when I had like infants up to 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, there's no going out on dates. There's no doing anything
No.
but taking care of the kids, you know.
It's survival mode, dude. It's weird. It's such a weird stage. Like you just love them to death and hate them at the same time, and
Yeah.
you get your 1 hour a night before you go to bed to reset and then do it again.
Yeah.
You know,
It's-
I think all that trauma goes away, and then like now I look back at when they were babies, I'm like, man, I miss that, but I actually don't. Let's be honest. I cherish my sleep, you know.
Yeah, Braden, wait till they're old enough to get in like club sports and all. You'll need 19 jobs to be able to keep your head above
Yeah.
water. So
Keep these paddles coming out.
yeah,
yeah.
there
It's,
you go.
yeah. We need we're looking for sponsors for this podcast. We might have one already, so we'll try to make this happen. But yeah, I'll tell you one last story about Marcus. He has a son that is getting a scholarship to basketball. But when you watch him play pickleball and then he tells you that, you're like, where the hell does this kid get his talent from?
I'm married up.
His wife's like super athletic, like beats him at basketball. She's a better golfer. She's better at pickleball. And yeah,
That's all right.
I bet they put their shoes on when they get there, Marcus.
I made a good investment 21 years ago, so it's paying off now. So
There we go.
yeah.
she seems like a sweetheart. But anyway, okay, guys. Well, yeah, we're gonna get better at this. Our lighting will be better next time. The sun's gone down.
It's gotten so dark in here.
It's like so
Yeah,
we're like
you
slowly
guys-
just fading out of the conversation.
You guys look like the first 10 episodes of Pickleball Pursuit right now.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Have you seen that?
Now,
He had a vampire
Shots
den,
fired.
literally. No. Go check out Lewis's early podcast. It's hilarious. He looks like a vampire. He's got like
Yeah.
red lights in the background, super dark, and like
Oh,
half
yeah.
of his face is totally black.
We're almost
Well,
there.
It's nice.
Well,
It's,
yeah,
it's
we'll get
cinematic.
there.
It's cinematic.
Yeah. But I feel you guys look so good. We'll fix that. We'll have it fixed for next time. So we'll do this again in a month. This is going to get released next week. So we'll get that all edited up. But hey, I can't thank you guys enough to be on here. To close this out, just so you know, the paddles that they've talked about, we're going to have affiliate links put in, all their affiliate links to talk about their main paddles here, the different paddles we went through. So we'll put all that in the description. So, hey, just to support these guys, you know, we're trying to everything we can to build up these channels, especially with you guys doing such great content. Go subscribe to their channel. Check it out. If you want to learn and understand paddles and become better at pickleball through an entertaining show, these guys are the ones to listen to. So thanks so much, guys, for being on.
Yeah, thanks for having us, man. That was fun. Looking forward
Yeah.
to doing more of it.
Ton of fun. Thanks, Brett. Thanks, Marcus.
Awesome.
Oh,
Thanks,
what
guys.
happens?
guys.
What happens if we both have the same main? Whose affiliate code do you use?
Put them both.
You have to
Let them
rotate.
pick.
They got to choose. They get to choose on how good your stories were.
All right, I like it. All right. Thanks, guys.